Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Southern Iowa and a project that I legitimately started 3.5 months ago. That's the way the year's going down here. We've got a tool back. All the way back in the day, we tried out the Precision Manufacturing Tele Clipper, and since that time, Precision Manufacturing and Trial have combined, and this is the model of the clipper that is here. It rotates and everything like that. You'll see it here shortly. Just one hydraulic remote. It uses a little key pad in the skid steer to rotate it around, but it's going to really help out finish up this job, taking down some of these trees. That way I'm not having to dig them all out with that big guy. There are some really big trees in here that we've got to take down, and got some chainsaw guys coming to help out with that, because there's actually two 24-inch high pressure gas lines on this farm that I will not dig anywhere near. Plus, as big as those trees are, the root ball that would be on them, and we're just cleaning up these sloughs here that I don't want to have erosion be caused by digging out a big massive root ball, and then that dirt starts to wash. You'll see a mixture in between some stuff that we've done before and in this video as well. Let's get back to work after a 3-month break. We shouldn't get too far into the video here without a little bit of a bird's eye overview of the project. There's 3 big waterways that we need to have cleaned up here to remove all the trees. The one that we're kind of flying all over that's exiting your screen right now is one of the waterways. And then there's 2 waterways right here coming from the road down to the main waterway that need to be cleaned up. And then in the far background, you guys will see another 2 waterways, which only has 3 trees between the 2. One has 2 and one has 1, which is in about top center of your screen. This thing really shines on trees that are like about 10 inches or so in diameter, even a little smaller, 8 inches. It really handles them. Plus the fact that it has the long boom on it, you don't have to actually get into the tree when you're cutting it. Or if they're kind of down there, right down there, you can see is the slough. I don't have to get the skid steer down in there, and then you just go lop. They fall over to the side. Normally I'd have my window down so it doesn't hit me, but just cuts it clean, quick, easy, cut flush. So like if skid steer mowing it in the future, you're not going to catch the stump or anything like that. That's where this thing really shines. I have a tree limb that is like hanging out, and this is where I would be using it this fall, is to go along and clean up tree fields. Just basically has this remote right here that you turn on. Oh, hold on, battery in here. You got something that will turn off every now and then. You just got to click it. It also has a charger for it. Hit this button and that one function remote and rotates the head, and the cutting head rotates. I believe those jaws are T1 steel. We got tree limbs that are kind of hanging out where I don't want them to be. This tree will get cut down by the chainsaw guys, but you can come along, flop. So the first draw that I actually was using this in really showed how fast it can make cleaning up trees, especially when they're all the right size. I mean, the thing was just way overgrown, and I could just go in there and lop down 50 small, 8-inch plus size trees that were all next to each other. It just allowed me to lay them all down really darn quick, made quick work of that draw, compared to going in there, cutting them by hand, or sitting there and trying to pull them all out with the excavator. Definitely really shined right there. But these are just things that I get excited about, having the right tool for a job, and that makes a job that seems difficult easier. Those are the things that I get excited about. Plus cleaning up fence lines and tree lines and stuff like that don't beat sprayer booms and all that jazz. Yeah, that I also get pretty excited about. Sometimes I get basically all the way through, and then I just give it a little push like that, and then it allows it kind of to open up, and then I do another slice, and we'll chew a little bit more. But this is about as big of a tree as I can put down. Probably past the you know, manufacturer's recommendation of a size, but kinda, it's right there. Bingo! There you go, look at that sucker. That's a 12-inch tree. Chewed. So that pink flag is the right-of-way for the pipeline. That yellow flag is one big boom. That yellow flag right there is the other big boom. And then there's the other flag. So we're right over a pipeline. Gives you the warm fuzzies. This is what each time, getting trees all the way down a draw, but we'll get them there. This excavator's not very fast. So this is the model grapple that we have. It's on the website. It's this right here. Jake, you want to stand next to that thing? This thing is an absolute monster. It is heavy, so you do need an actual machine behind it to move it, and then on top of it you pick up stuff. You can move a lot more than you think you can. You might not be able to get it all the way up in the air, but you can get it up off the ground enough that it won't drag so bad, and you can really kind of push it. I've moved some absolutely massive trees with this. I mean, there's a brush pile there, most of those got moved. There's a big old brush pile up there, most of those got moved. There's a big old brush pile over there, most of those got moved by this. I've done other tree removal projects. This thing right here, it definitely makes you more efficient, especially if you're trying to you know, clean up little trees in oddball places, and you can go around and pick up a big pile and clean up quickly. When you're running something like that clipper, makes it really quick to be able to run around and clean stuff up. 2 skid steers would really, you can move. When you get to the bigger trees, that's where you start to have a machine like that, and that ain't even big enough for some of these trees. Some of these trees they got root ball systems on them. But I would definitely consider having one of those if you're going to be doing any type of serious, want to clip trees and move the brush out and put it into a neat pile so that you just don't have stuff laying all over the place. This style right here, like there's other grapple buckets that are like long, and then they just have like small little grapples. You can't get nothing into those. This thing, you can get a pile into. So figured we'd do a quick little view. There's what it was before, there's what it was after. This is after the spring cleanup. Basically had to leave this job to go plant. I actually went and planted soybeans the next day here after leaving this project, and then consequently that's what took us so long to get back with just the growing year. But you guys can see a little bit of the before and after of what was accomplished in the spring. There were a tremendous amount of trees. That is quite a big tree pile. Now that we did do some clearing on this farm's terraces last year, so there were some trees in there, but that's what we got. Well, it's the next morning. The cutters are here, or they're getting here, they're moving here. So we're going to get ready to go. Keith's gonna help me today. He's gonna run the skid steer. Things are going good. He's getting these trees. I've been putting them into piles that he can come up and grab and carry them down to the pile. I'm taking some of the bigger stuff. It's working like it kind of should. So dropping stuff every now and then too. Pick it up, more Keith. He's got it. Some beans have been harmed in the making of this video. We've made it into the second draw, so trying to keep it up. Working quarters are a little tighter on this draw. Starting to look wide open around here. Just don't mind the piles of trees that we got everywhere. Well, the GoPro died, or it won't turn on. I got an issue with my GoPro going on that it won't turn on for some reason at some point in time. And it's not a dead battery. But we quit 12:30 yesterday and then went and mowed hay, which that's something else that you can get from Trial Precision Manufacturing. If you go through their website, they've got all kinds of things that you can order. And they actually have like a really neat looking bale spear for a skid steer that I could maybe haul 2 bales around with and handle big square bales a little bit better with. So something like that's kind of interesting. But the cutters are back. here this morning, probably 2 hours of work this morning to do, and then the rest of the cleanup. But we're getting close, and the dew this morning, I wasn't even in the tall grass, is thick. Now here's a question for you as I get the machine fired up this morning, is what is the appropriate speed for a gravel road? Because I might have made the neighbor lady a little mad this morning because she'd give me one of these, and I don't think she was hopping at the beat, if you know what I mean, this morning, and she was thinking I was going too fast. And I looked down and I was going 40 miles an hour. And Molly can attest to you that I'm a painfully slow driver. Like, I'm surprised I wasn't going 35 miles an hour. I'm not a fast driver, and I do too much road gawking. But I mean, in that opinion, I do have the gooseneck trailer on, and when you got the gooseneck trailer on, it bops and bangs and makes it seem like you're going really fast because you got the trailer throwing dust, which there's dew on, so you're not throwing any dust this morning. I don't know what like, I feel like 45 is a very 45 is a very acceptable speed for a gravel road. I think you get much faster than that, you get towards 50, I think you're going too fast. I also believe that it depends upon how dusty it is. But let me know, was I speeding at 40 miles an hour on a gravel road? If not, the cops, I was going 33. Perfect example of things that you shouldn't have to carry with that grapple, but you can. That's a whole tree. That is a whole tree. Like this, no problem. Telling you, that grapple. That's a log. That was literally everything this baby's got to move that tree. And you know, being right on the edge of a ravine is also fun. Draw number 1 done. Other than that tree right there, that is in an old brush pile. I gotta go grab the chainsaw and chop it down. I thought I could get to it with the excavator, but I can't. So I gotta go knock out draw 2 all the way and say we've got it. Push. Now stop. Now roll your bucket forward so your clam comes down. Roll your bucket forward. There you go. Now push a little more. There you go. Keep going. Push. Alright, now close your clam. Okay, rotate down. Rotate your bucket down. Push forward. Alright, now rotate backwards. Okay, push forward. Alright, rotate backwards. Close your clam. There you go. Now you got it. So if you push on it, it kind of like sucks those piles like that together as you push on it, okay? So now you got her. There you go. Take her home. He's growing up so fast. Making fun of you on YouTube, Keith. This one can go right up top of the pile. Get it up there a little bit better. Okay, draw number 2 done, but I forgot there's a third draw. Draw number 3 done. I've got to go mow hay, and then I'll be back here to kind of make sure everything's cleaned up, like with the skid steer. Tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. Might get here and wrap it up and fly the drone, but you guys don't have to wait for that. There you go, befores and afters. We'll see you guys in the next video.